Hello again. In the previous video, we understand the deadlock with the help of a diagram. If you do not see that video, please watch that previous video. Link is given in the description of this video. It will help you to understand this definition. Okay, let's move towards the definition. When thread T1 holds a lock L1 and tries to acquire the lock L2, but at the same time thread T2 holds the lock L2 and try to acquire the lock L1. That means both threads are waiting for each other to complete the task and release the lock. This waiting situation is continuous forever, and this deadlock situation arises because of cyclic dependency. This is the diagram of cyclic dependency. In order to understand this definition more clearly, let us take an example, real world example. Consider that two children, John and Andy, are painting a picture. John has taken the eraser and Andy has taken the scale. Now both needs this scale, but Andy is working with scale similarly. Andy needs eraser, both John is working with eraser, therefore both are now stuck. I think definition is now clear. Next step is to make a program on deadlock. So let's move to the next step. Okay, program contains two threads, thread T1 and thread T2, and two non-shareable resources, printer and hard disk. During the execution of thread T1 tries to occupy the lock on printer resource first, then it tries to take the lock on hard disk. Now if we see thread 2 execution, then T2 thread first try to take the lock on hard disk, then try to take the lock on printer. So T1 and T2 are taking the locks on non-shareable resources in opposite direction. T1 takes first printer and T2 take first hard disk. So what will be the output when we will execute this program, these two threads? So we can assume the two output. One output is that both thread T1 and T2 able to get the non-shareable resources and completes its functionality. Other way to think about output is that thread T1 able to take the lock on P1 but not able to take the lock on hard disk because hard disk lock is already taken by T2. Similarly, T2 will not able to take the locks on printer because it is already taken by thread T1. So let us see this program output in Eclipse, whether deadlock situation will come or not. Let's move into Eclipse. In Eclipse, we can see that thread T1 and thread T2. We start these thread T1 and T2. Let us execute this program and see what will happen. We can see that thread 2 acquired the lock on hard disk and thread 1 locked the printer. Now thread 2 trying to acquire the locks on printer but not able to get it lock, and thread 1 trying to acquire the lock on hard disk but not able to acquire the lock on hard disk, and program is not terminated. So this is a deadlock situation. I think now deadlock cyclic dependency deadlock is clear now. If there is any doubt, please comment and if you like this video, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.